There is a belief many people carry without ever questioning it, that wealth requires a high income, that until the salary grows, until the promotion arrives, until the numbers finally look impressive, real financial progress simply cannot begin. So people wait for the raise, the bonus, the better job, treating wealth as something that only starts later. Today, I want to tell you why that belief is quietly false, and how a modest Japanese philosophy called Kaizen has helped ordinary earners build real wealth, not by raising their income, but by transforming what they do with what they already have. Let me tell you about a man named Kenji. Kenji worked as a maintenance technician in a small manufacturing plant near Nagoya. His income never changed much over the years. He watched colleagues chase raises, side jobs, and promotions, believing that a bigger number would finally solve everything. Kenji, however, had once spent a summer helping his uncle, a carpenter, repair an old wooden house. And something his uncle said that summer stayed with him for the rest of his life. His uncle told him, "A house is not strong because of one thick beam. It is strong because every small joint was fitted with care." Kenji didn't think much of it at the time. Years later, he understood it was not just about houses. It was about money. This is the essence of Kaizen money. Wealth built not through one dramatic source of income, but through many small, well-fitted decisions, repeated without stopping. And to understand it fully, imagine a bamboo grove. For the first years of its life, bamboo appears to do almost nothing. Beneath the soil, unseen, it is quietly building an enormous root system. Then, almost suddenly, it grows many feet within weeks. People only see the sudden growth. They never see the years of small, hidden preparation beneath the surface. Wealth, for the ordinary earner, grows the very same way. The visible result comes late. The invisible groundwork must come first, and it must come daily. Here is what most people miss. They believe wealth is created primarily by income, so they wait for income to rise before they start behaving like a wealthy person. But Kenji understood something different, that the habits of handling money well must be practiced long before the money itself arrives in larger amounts. Otherwise, when more income finally comes, it simply disappears into the same old patterns, just at a bigger scale. This is also why raises so rarely solve the feeling of being behind. The mind does not change its financial identity simply because a number increased. But when small financial behaviors are repeated daily, saving, reviewing, investing, the mind slowly begins to trust itself with money. And a mind that trusts itself with money behaves very differently than one that is only hoping for more of it. So how did Kenji, on an unremarkable income, actually build real wealth over time? He relied on three grounded rules. The first rule was the fixed percentage habit. Rather than saving whatever happened to be left at the end of the month, which was often nothing, Kenji set aside a small, fixed percentage the moment his income arrived. Not a large portion. Just enough to be consistent, and small enough to never feel painful. Because it happened first, before spending, it never depended on willpower later. The second rule was the quiet audit. Once a month, Kenji reviewed where his money had actually gone, without judgment, simply with honesty. He was not looking for guilt. He was looking for one small joint that could be fitted better, one subscription, one habit, one convenience, improved by just 1%. He never tried to fix everything. Only one small thing, every month, without stopping. The third rule was patient placement. Whatever small amount he saved, Kenji did not let it sit idle, and he did not wait until it grew large before investing it. He placed it, consistently, into something that could quietly grow on its own, trusting the process the way his uncle trusted a well-fitted joint to hold, even when no one was watching. None of these three rules required Kenji to earn more than his co-workers. They only required him to behave, in small daily ways, like someone who was already building something lasting. Years passed, and eventually people who had once earned far more than Kenji found themselves without stability, still waiting for the raise that would finally organize their finances. Kenji, on the same modest income he had always had, found himself with something they did not have: a quiet, self-built foundation that no single paycheck could shake. And here is what Kenji came to understand: the truth beneath the entire philosophy of Kaizen money. Wealth was never only about how much arrived. It was about what was consistently done with it, in small, unseen ways, long before anyone else noticed. Those who wait for a higher income often stay exactly where they are, because the habit was never built to receive more. But those who apply 1%, quietly and without stopping, eventually discover that the roots were growing long before the visible growth appeared. You do not need a higher income to begin building real wealth. You do not need permission from your paycheck or a perfect financial year. You only need one small, well-fitted decision today and another tomorrow. If this philosophy spoke to something in you, consider subscribing to Will and Wisdom, so these quiet lessons can reach you exactly when you need them. And if you already have one small money habit you are proud of, share it in the comments. It may become someone else's beginning. In our next video, we will explore another timeless Japanese principle, one that teaches patience not just with money, but with life itself. Until then, fit one small joint today. And do not stop.